City Hawk, The Story of Pale Male by Megan McCarthy. City Hawk, The Story of Pale Male, written and illustrated by Megan McCarthy. New York City is bustling with cars, buses, and people hurrying to important places. There are lots of tall buildings, lots of streets, and lots of pollution. That's why so many people flock to the city's largest park for a needed escape. While in Central Park, New Yorkers can take a nap in the grass, play catch on one of the sprawling lawns, or get a glimpse of a squirrel scurrying up a tree. What they never expect is to see real wildlife, animals that usually make their homes in forests or on mountaintops or by rivers. Passers-by couldn't believe their eyes when a red-tailed hawk was spotted flying over Fifth Avenue. Bird watchers took an interest in the hawk. They named him Pale Male because of his light feathers. Day after day, month after month, Pale Male could be seen soaring high above Central Park. After Pale Male was sighted near a pond in Central Park, flying over the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and by a hot dog stand, it was clear that he was there to stay. Every year, the ritual began. One year, Pale Male found a bird named Lola. She was a hawk too. Her feathers were darker than his, and she was bigger in size. Pale Male dove and swooped and fluttered around Lola. Together, the two birds gathered twigs and branches and piled them atop an apartment building overlooking Central Park. Large spikes meant to ward off pigeons made it easy for Pale Male and Lola to build a nest. But what they didn't know was they were being watched. Across Fifth Avenue into Central Park and past a small body of water called the Boat Pond, a group of people watched the hawks intently. They were young people and old people, men and women. The most dedicated of these bird watchers called themselves the Regulars. The Regulars carried big cameras and big telescopes. They watched the action excitedly, like die-hard fans viewing their favorite sporting event. The questions on everyone's mind was, did Lola lay eggs? Yes, but when would they hatch? The Regulars arrived at the park before the sun came up and didn't leave until the sun went down. They waited in the rain. They waited in the dark. They waited and waited and waited. Finally, the two babies were born. They chirped excitedly for food. Pale Male was a good dad and worked tirelessly to bring plenty of food back for them. The Regulars named one baby Handsome and the other Gretel. When the babies grew enough feathers and became strong, it was time for them to fly. Most hawks usually practice flying by hopping from tree to tree, but there were no trees. The babies would have to leap off the tall buildings and fly across Fifth Avenue. The fall down would be far. They hopped and hopped and hopped some more, but neither flew. At last, one morning before the sun peaked above the trees, one baby took the first flight, disappearing into the dark blue sky. The daylight brought new excitement. Soon both babies were exploring the park. The Regulars watched it all. Their early mornings and late nights in the park were worth every minute. If you go to Central Park and you watch and wait, you might see a pale feathered hawk. And come spring, chances are there will be nests. Inside the nest, there may be several eggs with babies ready to greet the world.